Hi there and welcome to another cooking video. Today we're going to do pork fillet and a very nice mushroom and onion sauce. So here's a list of the ingredients. They're all quite straightforward and can easily be bought at your local supermarket. I did some mash with this, so you'll need 4 potatoes and a bit of butter as well. Okay, so we'll start off with an onion and a clove of garlic as demonstrated. I've already chopped the onion here, so I'm just chopping up the garlic. You want to keep the garlic separate from the onion because they don't both go in the frying pan at the same time. You don't want to over fry garlic because otherwise it goes bitter. Now some mushrooms, give them a good wash. You'll need 250 grams of them, and basically you just got to slice them. I always take the stalks off as well. Or at least the ends of the stalks. You don't have to slice them too thinly, just do it as shown in the video. Right, this is the pork fillet which we're going to cut up. You'll need to get the fatty bits off first. So that white bit on the top needs to come off. I should have used a boning knife here, but you can tell I'm no butcher because I've cut too much meat there. You just want to get the white bit off. The sort of fatty skin. I'll know next time. So what you're going to do here is just turn these into like medallions. You can actually buy medallions already cut up for you, but I think it's more expensive than just using a fillet of pork. So just cut it like shown. Probably want it about 1 inch thick, or maybe a bit more. I'm going to make 6 medallions out of this. Right, as I said earlier, I was going to make some mash with the pork fillets. So basically, just quarter your potatoes. I actually used 3 here because there's only 2 of us. And what I do is I put them in a steamer for about 35 minutes, and then they're ready to mash. Okay, now comes the fun bit. This is where you fry it all up. You start off with 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil into a heavy pan or a big fry pan. Turn it on a medium heat. You'll have to excuse the sound of the fans going, but it gets the smoke out of the kitchen. You'll notice on the bottom left there's an elapsed time. This actually gives you a rough idea of when each step of the process takes place and how much time has elapsed. It's just a guide, really. I mean, a lot of it depends on the thickness of your meats and also the temperature you're cooking at. So it's just a rough guide. But I'll put it there because I think it might help. Right, so we're frying our medallions. They spit a lot, so the top of your cooker is probably going to get quite oily. Normally I'd put a splash guard over these, but obviously you won't be able to see them cooking if I did that, so I'll just have to put up with the oily top of the cooker. Turn them over after a couple of minutes. Right, you want to make sure that the edges get fried as well. So I just sort of put them on the edge of the pan and do basically both edges. I know it's round, but as long as you do some of it. Let's see if you can get them to stand up. Sometimes they just don't want to play the game. So you've got to give them a bit of encouragement. They do look very nice, I must admit. The only problem with pork is if you over fry it or overcook it, then it starts to get a bit tough. So as you can see, 14 minutes has elapsed now. And take them out. Once you take them out, then you need to put them in a warm place whilst you're actually doing the sauce. So what I do is I put the oven on at about 70 degrees and then put them in there and then sort of turn the oven off after about 5 minutes and the oven will stay warm. Okay, so you've just put in your chopped onion. You need to fry this for about 5 minutes. Just so that they go soft. They'll pick up the colour, the brown colour from the the meat juices where the meat was frying. So they go a nice sort of brown colour. Now you add your mushrooms. This is after about 18 minutes from the beginning. And just fry them all together, the onions and the mushroom. Now it's time to add your chopped garlic. And again, you just stir all this in together. So the mushrooms are starting to go soft now. They will give off a little bit of water as well as the mushrooms cook. Starting to look nice. Right, now you want 150 mils of vegetable stock. So you tip that in and then stir it all in together. It's very nice. Haven't added the cream yet. Right, you want a teaspoon of paprika. Sprinkle it in and then mix it in. And 1 teaspoon of Dijon Mustard. I love Dijon Mustard. It's got a very distinctive taste, which I like. I suppose you can use any sort of mustard if you want, but I use Dijon. Now 200 milliliters of cream. And again, you mix it all up. At this point I've got the potatoes steaming to make the mash. Bit of salt and pepper. You just want to set the heat on this so it's sort of bubbling away, like that. Don't want it too high, otherwise it will get too thick. Right, now we're going to put our pork back into the fry pan and cover it with the sauce. Just mix it in. Slippery little suckers. Just let it cook for about 5 minutes once you put the meat in. Right, turn the heat off and just put it on your worktop. Just protect the worktop with a wooden board or something, chopping board. Now it's time to dig the potatoes out. They finished steaming. When I make mash, I always add a bit of butter. I mean, some people can add cream. You can add what you want, really, but I like butter. Butter is good. I should have put a bit of salt and pepper in the potato, but I forgot. And now comes the time to dish it all up. As I said, we're just cooking for two here, or I'm just cooking for two, so it's not like for a meal for 4 people or anything. It's just 3 pieces of pork each. Plenty of sauce, without making too much of a mess of it. Yeah. Very clumsy when it comes to serving up food, as you've noticed. Should actually take the frying pan to the plate. That frying pan is actually very heavy.
Well,
not that that's an excuse.
Works for me. Very nice.
And there you go. Pork fillet with mushroom sauce. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. They are quite easy to make, and they do make a very nice meal as well. If you like the video, then please hit the like button. And if you want to see when future videos come out, and I generally produce them about once a week, then please subscribe. It'd be very much appreciated. Thank you very much for your time. Bye now.